we turned left on Beach Boulevard, and the adventure today is going to be, we're going to take Highway 39, Beach Boulevard, all the way until it stops. I don't know how many miles. I'll look that up and I'll let you guys know. But it's going to be quite a drive, and we thought, we got to talking about it one day. We thought, hey, that would really be fun just to take Beach Boulevard, go all the way. It actually ends at the Angeles Crest Highway, Highway 2. But we know that the last 4 miles of that have been closed since the 1970s, and they had a storm that washed out part of the road in the 1970s, and they just never rebuilt it. So the last 4 miles you can only access like emergency vehicles, you can hike, or you can ride a bicycle or something like that, but you can't take your car on that. The obstacle that we're going to encounter is there's lots of snow up there, so obviously they're going to close the road probably, and then we think, being a Sunday, there's going to be tons and tons of people that are like, hey, let's go up to the snow. And so it's going to be a zoo, everybody wanting to play in the snow. The idea for this whole trip actually started with my mom. And so this is probably back in 1968, 69. My mom was, I don't think she worked yet. She hadn't started working, so she was kind of a stay-at-home mom. My mom was sitting at home bored, and she had her car. She had a 1957 Chevy Bel Air in the driveway, and she decided that she was going to go all the way up Beach Boulevard to see how far it went. She said it took forever. It was like many stop signs, and it took her forever, and I don't know if she ever, I think, not having Google Maps or any kind of map, Highway 39 up here doesn't go all the way through. You can't just follow it all the way through. You have to zig and zag a little bit until you get back on 39 into the mountains, and we'll have to do that. But it's easy for us because we have Google and everything, and we can just look up a map and figure out where to go. But back in the day, she just didn't know where it went. There was no way of finding that out besides getting in the car and just driving. So that's what she decided to do. She said it was, I think she kind of thinks it was a bad idea. And it was maybe a waste of gas and time and money. And then she had to turn around and come all the way back down through all the stoplights, and it took a whole day for her to go up there and back. Telling me that, I thought, that's a pretty cool idea. I would really like to do that someday. And so today's the day, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so just a few statistics about Beach Boulevard. The length is 50 miles, just about, right at 50 miles. It was begun in 1934, and it runs from Pacific Coast Highway in Huntington Beach. Its terminus is at the Islip Saddle, Angeles Crest Highway 2. But of course, there was a massive rock slide in 1978 that the northernmost 4.5 miles are not navigable, or not able to be navigated. And we just passed on the left. There's a Costco and a Walmart, and this used to be Highway 39 Drive-In that I used to go to in high school and watch movies. Like that? Wow, look at Adventure City on the right. That's pretty cool. Emily used to love to go there when she was little. It was like a cheap Disneyland.
Anaheim.
Oh, now we're in Anaheim? But given the fact that we are going up Beach Boulevard and we're going to go right through Buena Park, we're going to have to stop at Porto's and get some goodies. I don't think. Medieval times. Do they still have the wax museum? It used to be like a Movieland wax museum. Oh, Pirates Dinner Adventure.
Oh, no. That's not it? Is that it?
You just passed it.
Freaking A.
You missed both turns. You need to turn here and go around. So pulling into Porto's. Here we go. I think this is the right place if we can find parking. And we're going to pick up some goodies for the road. And so, whoa, that guy was moving. I just looked up some interesting facts on Beach Blvd on Wikipedia, and I didn't really find any. There's a lot of back and forth about who's responsible for that section up in the mountains. Nobody wants to really take responsibility for it, and that's to be determined as to whose responsibility that's going to be, if anybody, to ever fix it. Okay, so we're in the city of La Habra. You can kind of see the foothills up there, up ahead, which we're going to head up into. And if you can look at our map, we are the red triangle, and we have to do a little bit of a jog here because Highway 39 doesn't go through. Actually, we have to go over to this one here, whatever this road is, and take that up. So we'll find out what that is. All right, so we're looking at the map. We're going to make a left on Harbor Boulevard, go all the way up here, and make a left here on Colima, and then a right. And this is Highway 39 again, we can see right there. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, made the left on Harbor and heading up into the hills. Look at the mountains. Sorry. Look at the mountains up back there. Oh,
Wow, look at that.
I think those mountains, that's where we're going. And once we make this left on Colima and then we're going to make a right back on Highway 39, that's it. Then it's Highway 39 all the way up into the hills and into the mountains.
And it ends on Valley Boulevard. Or no? Somehow.
So we're going through the city of Azusa up here, and we just passed a sign that said Azusa Canyon was closed, because if you look at the map here, if we're here, if you go up into this canyon, this is actually Highway 39, and it looks like it may be closed. We're going to go as far as we can, but this might be a trip for another day to try to go up. One of these days I'd like to go all the way until the road actually closes, you know, during the warmer months, and then maybe take the e-bike up to the top. All right, so it's kind of backed up. Let me pause this until there's something, and I'll turn around. So you can't go that way? Nope. Okay, so that's closed. This is closed. Okay, so this trip has basically been a fail. No. Anyway, we'll save going up the mountain for another day. So I think we can kind of call it there, huh, babe? Is that literally the end of the road for this video? We'll maybe try to do a follow-up at some point in the future, but until next time, thanks for watching.
Much later.
Okay, so now we're going to fast forward maybe like 6 to 8 months later. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a simulcast of an interview with my mom, and we're going to talk about the inspiration for this whole project. She has to say. So live simulcast from Shasta Lake. My mom. Well, welcome, Mom. How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me. This is going to be fun. I thought it would be fun to get my 3 children in the car, which if you knew my 3 children at the time, you would think, why does she think that would be a good idea?
That's great.
So I thought it'd be fun to do that and take them up Beach Boulevard, which I knew went way up almost to, well, it went to the mountains. So I packed some sandwiches and some drinks, and we all got in the car. I think Scott maybe was 3, and Darren was 7, and Aaron was 9.
And then what year do you think this was? Do you ever?
Probably around 1968.
And how far did you get? Did you make it all the way, or did you turn around?
I think we got just past Azusa, maybe when it started climbing, and I thought that was far enough.
It ends in the San Gabriel Mountains, and I know you like to take trips to the mountains. Was that kind of the ultimate goal, was to go up to the mountains and kind of have a picnic?
Trip, and we got out and had our sandwiches and drinks, and then we got back in the car and went home. So it was fun.
So approximately how long did it take for the entire trip?
I would say maybe a couple hours at the most, an hour and a half, something like that.
Do you have anything else to add at the end to tell us more about this story?
My middle child, Darren, said, I'm never doing this again. And that was it. That was the only complaint I got.
Well, thank you for playing along in this little adventure. And we're going to go away from the simulcast now, so we're going to thank my mom for her time.
Bye.
And we're going to go to our trip and see if we can make it to the top of Beach Boulevard. Alright, so we're back here going up Azusa Avenue, or Highway 39, into the mountains. And try this one more time. I-beams. That's the 4th construction section where it's been single lane with flagmen, and there's all kinds of new guardrails. If you see the guardrails here, so I don't know what this means in terms of, like, are they fixing this road finally after 40 years or 50 years? I don't know, but there's certainly a lot of people working on it, a lot of heavy equipment. Fixing all kinds of parts of this road. It would be kind of sad to have them doing all this work and have it not really go to the top. I think it might stop it around the Crystal Lake area. It should be in a few miles, but definitely lots of construction going on, lots of cones and crews and heavy equipment. Lots of new guardrails, looks like it's going on. Look at this, brand new guardrail here. So that would be cool if they actually extended this up all the way. Whoa, whoa. And I don't know what these big trucks are taking or carrying, but it's definitely a lot of activity up here. Maybe they're just getting ready for the snow and the bad weather. I don't know. Well, let's see. Continue on a little bit farther. Alright, so I made it. Here's the gate. Past that truck there. And we're going to continue on. It's supposed to be 4 miles up to Angeles Crest. Looks like I wasn't the only one with this idea. That's the road we came in on. It's a beautiful day. All right, let's get going. Okay, heading up. Right out of the parking lot, got around the gate. That wasn't that big of a deal. And bike seems to be working good. Just got it in first gear and just gonna cruise up the hill here and see if we can actually make it to Angeles Crest. I guess I don't have to worry about cars too much. Wow, this is really, really beautiful. Yeah, it's easy pedaling up. Just gonna kind of take it easy. Try not to use too much electricity. And head on up here. I want to do a shout out to Steve from Sidetrack Adventures. He did a really good video where he drove up here in the car and told the history of all the dams and the lakes and the closing of this. So I'll try to put a link in the description to his video if you want a lot more of the history of it. And then he drove up, parked there, and then I think he just walked up this street about maybe quarter mile or so, and that was it. Which I thought that was kind of a missed opportunity. I know he probably could have brought bikes, but it is pretty steep pedaling if you were just to pedal up this, which I really think the e-bike is the way to go. Upshifted and put it in level 2. I think we'll be all right. Should be fully charged. And again, it's another encouraging sign to see these tubes, these pipes and things for drainage. This road really doesn't seem to be in that bad a shape. I don't know why they couldn't have worked on this a little bit. Just in short, I think the problem is why this has been closed for 40 years is there's a bunch of different jurisdictions and nobody really wants to take ownership. There's, you know, the National Forest, there's the Highway Department, there's the city of Azusa, and nobody's really sure who owns this or whose responsibility it is to fix it. And so everybody's kind of pointing the fingers. It's going to take somebody just to say, you know what, I think this is our responsibility, we should do it. And I think it would be a really good opening here to open up some of these roads to go all the way around, like to make a big round loop. Hello. Okay, here's where it's getting pretty bad, yeah. This road is pretty rough. I see it now. Woo! Should have brought a jacket. We're up at over 5,000 feet, probably 6,000. And in the shade, it is chilly. Woo! Boy, I really feel like I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. This is quite a secluded space. Well, I don't know, that's probably 3 miles, I would guess. Ugh, didn't need that. Okay, now these areas are completely devoid of asphalt. About 1 mile to go. Okay, so we're coming up on some sort of a gate. I'm not sure what it is. Graceful. Okay, so is this it? Road closed. Huh. Islip Saddle. Hey there.
Yeah. So this road's been closed since the 70s.
Right, right.
Caved in. So this will take you, if you keep going, it'll take you into Glendale.
But this is the 2 right here.
Yeah, that's
I thought it went all the way through. I didn't know it was closed right there.
I didn't either until just now.
Wow. Yeah.
So this will take you to Wrightwood.
Okay.
You know, the big pond
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Wrightwood.
Uh-huh.
It's a beautiful drive. I mean, except that,
Yeah.
so you got a ways to go.
Well, no, my idea was just to come up to the,
Over here and go back
because
down.
what I'm doing is riding Beach Boulevard the entire way.
Beach
so
Boulevard.
Yeah, so I started on PCH, Highway 39,
Yeah.
and Beach, and I drove it all the way up here. It's the
Well,
same.
that's a nice ride. I mean, sometimes I go around on the freeway and come up this way all the way to Crystal Lake, and then stop at Crystal Lake and, you know, take a break there. And then
Yeah,
go back
yeah.
down.
Nice. Maybe make this go all the way through finally after decades.
I was up there a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
the same guys were there.
Okay.
They made a
I think maybe they're just preparing it for the rains that are
for
coming.
the winter.
Yeah.
They usually close this off.
Right.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Okay. All right. See you later. Okay. So we made it officially. This is the 2. Angeles Crest Highway. Wrightwood that way. Glendale that way. Let's head on back to the car and go get some lunch. All right. Let's go. Oop. Easy, easy. Ice. Can you believe that? There's ice on the road. That's weird. Okay, Spooky. Right, that was really fun. I got up to 36 miles an hour coming down there. That was really a cool trail. Made it to the end of Beach Boulevard. I think we accomplished our mission, and I'm gonna call that a success. So hope you had a good time watching this. I had a great time today. Really a lot of fun. And we'll see you next time on Scott's Adventures or Mountain Bike Adventures. Either one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.